And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. So Abraham got a word from the Lord. The Lord was going to give him a son. But 10 years had passed. Now, 10 years, as I get older, I don't judge people as much. Sometimes we can't even wait for 10 weeks. 10 weeks and we chip out. Some people chip out after 10 days. It had been 10 years, and she hadn't, God gave them a word. Has God given anybody a word tonight? A personal word, a word spoken over your life by a man of God. But God gave Abraham a word. But it had been 10 years, and they couldn't wait any longer. 10 years is a long time. So Sarah took matters in her own hand, and she gave Hagar to Abraham. But the problem with this whole situation is this was not God's plan, and this was not God's will, so hence the problem. So after Hagar found that she had conceived, she had an attitude because she felt now she was the one in charge. She was large and in charge. She was bearing the ear, and Sarah, Sarah was the old woman without the child. And then Sarah wasn't having any of it. She said, you might be pregnant, but I am the senior wife. And she, you see the drama. So she dealt harshly with Hagar. And Abraham now, he took himself out of it completely. He said, it's your maid, you deal with it. But then, so Hagar now, when Sarah came down on her, she fled, she ran. And God met her in the wilderness, and God gave her a word as well. Even though this situation was beyond complicated, God saw her situation. Because to be fair, she didn't put herself in this one. Sarah is the one that pulled her into the whole triangle, to be fair. But with her attitude, she got thrown out, and she was in the wilderness. She didn't know what to do. And God met Hagar, a slave girl in the wilderness, and he gave her a promise. And he said that her son would be a nation himself. And it is out of this, because God met her in her lowest moment when she struggled. She called him El Roi, the God who sees me. Because although Abraham was the promise, Abraham was the one who God gave the promise to, and Isaac would come out of Sarah, God still saw Hagar. And tonight, I just want to drive home to you tonight that God sees you. Sometimes he's silent. Sometimes we have a problem, an issue, a struggle, whatever, and we're going to him. Sometimes he's silent for a while. But I want to encourage you that God sees you.